Hey guys, how's everybody doing? How's the video and audio? I got a new computer. It's supposed to be better. We're going to come to Florida as soon as you invite us, Mark. tell you. Hey, Kim, how you doing? I gotta tell you something. I've been teaching for a long time. A long time. I taught a lot of people a lot of lessons. And this thing that I just started teaching, I watched a drum lesson by this guy. Thanks so much, Kim. By this guy, famous drummer named Gregory Hutchinson, and he was talking about how you should play a ride cymbal. And all he said was, walk the dog, walk the dog. That's the sound pattern. So, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog, right? And I started teaching this 2 days ago to my students, and they all understood La Pompe, the rhythmic style of gypsy jazz, immediately. I've never seen anything. It's like fucking voodoo. It's so fucked up. It's such a good way to think about it. So the thing is, walk is beat 2. So really, a jazz pattern is dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. But it's one phrase, no accent. A lot of people, their problem playing La Pompe is that they slam into 2 and 4, right? It's like dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. It's not that. It's just because people teach that shit so wrong so often, right? People teach La Pompe as if it's quarter notes, but it's right? No, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. But the way we say it, you intuitively connect it to the way the verbal pattern actually swings, right? Do you hear it? Walk the dog. It fucks with you because it starts on 2. We're really like, what do you do with 1, right? It's like walk the dog, but the accent. If you just say it in your mind this way, well, it's kind of like when you hold like a pendulum and you close your eyes and you imagine it spinning and you can't it just starts spinning. It's the right kind of accent is just by phrasing it to where it's a three note thing. Walk the dog, walk the dog. Right? So, to where you're not accenting 2, but 2 is just the start, really. Even though the measure starts on 1, the chords change on 1. Fast, it's the same thing. Hey, Holly. So it's kind of like conical, but me and Dani were just talking about, because we always try to explain everything in rhythm, but through soukatu, through conical. But the thing about swing is there's almost like these verbal patterns that are more subtle, right? It's like things swing a certain way when you say something the way you say it, right? Because you could say walk the dog, it's just unnatural, but you understand intuitively how to say it a certain way that's exactly right. So it's a little bit even better than conical on one level. Conical is the best overarching explanation for rhythm, but when you're connecting the rhythms you're playing to things that you know how to say, you get to kind of take a very big shortcut into how rhythm is supposed to be laid out in time, because certain things we say already have the all of the groove aspects worked into the language. That's the idea. Like, exactly like that. Hippopotamus, 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 hippopotamus. But that's just a way to get. That's kind of like conical, because now there's no rest in there. But the way Walk the Dog works just gives you, the attitude is built in because of the walk the dog. The way, just everything about it is kind of perfect. So it's more of a feeling of the rhythm thing rather than just a way of cramming the even notes into five. No one to talk to, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you, for you, for you, for you. I know for certain the one I love, all through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner on the corner, don't go nowhere, why do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home around 8, it's me and the radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Walk with, all by myself, no one to talk to, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. I know for certain the one I love, all through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner on the corner, don't go nowhere, why do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, it's me and the radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I've been having, I don't know, I've been having a hard time with the vocals lately. I started to get it in my mind that I might never be Frank Sinatra, and it's been really upsetting for me. because I certainly would like that. But it appears to not be happening at a rate that I find, quick enough. So, who knows? Maybe I'll just not be Sinatra, which is terrible. But what are you going to do? By the way, those of you who are watching on Facebook, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's on live there right now, and it broadcasts at a higher quality. Hit the subscribe, the bell thing. I'm going to be there pretty much almost daily. And Dani's saxophone Dani's starting a new show, probably going to be called Sax Therapy. Also daily, I think. As a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play, or it might be the sound of your hello, the music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but that's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. Hey, Carl. On my own will I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hand from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. nervous as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, the music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but that's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, as I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hand from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. Thanks, Holly. Gotta play Carl's favorite song. I'm confessing that I love you. Tell me, do you love me too? I'm confessing that I need you. Honest, I do. Need you every hour. In your eyes I read such strange things, but your lips deny they're true. Will your answers really change things, making me blue? I'm afraid someday you'll leave me, saying, can't we still be friends? When you go, you know you'll grieve me. All my life on you depends. Am I guessing that you love me? Dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I need you over again. Thanks, Eric. confessing that I love you. Tell me, do you love me too? I'm confessing that I need you, honest I do. I need you every moment. In your eyes I read such strange things, but your lips deny their truth. Will your answer really change things? You're making me blue. Thanks, guys. That's cool. I'm afraid someday you'll leave me, saying, can't we still be friends? When you go, you know you'll grieve me. All my life on you depends. Am I guessing that you love me? Dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I need you over again. You guys want to hear a cool harmony trick? This is something when you listen to John Coltrane's version of You Don't Know What Love Is. You don't know what love is. In a minor 2/5 context, it's the coolest thing. So if you're playing, let's say, a C minor, and you need to get back to that C minor, a basic cadence would be G7. And then, John, I'll show you. And then a more sophisticated thing would be a 2/5. So D half diminished G7, maybe with a flat 9 to that C minor 9, right? But a really cool thing to do is, instead of that half diminished chord, to play one diminished major 7. It's just a great sound before the 5 chord. So if 1, and then instead of the 2/5, it's like 1 diminished major 7 to the 5 chord. You don't know what love is, right? Just nice sound, right? And it gives you that flat 3 of the key in the melody. Just like a B triad over C, which is a C diminished major 7. But in this context, just kind of like to delay that motion to the 5 chord instead of a 2/5 on. It's really, really cool. Okay, any tricks for visualizing octave leads? Yeah. So when you're playing the Wes Montgomery thing, here, let me show you. So the first thing you want to make sure you have together is that really there are only there are only 2 shapes for octaves in Wes's playing, right? There's when he's holding the E and D string, an A and G string. It's this shape, meaning you play it with your index and ring. And when you go to the D string and B string and G string and E string, you use your index and pinky, and that needs to be pretty automatic. But the eye, when you're visualizing, is always tempted to look at the top voice of the octave. But when you're visualizing it, for 2 reasons, you always want to look at your index finger. First of all, the index finger is always a part of the pattern, right? The note on top shifts between being this distance, right, this shape and this shape, but the index is always steady. Now, a lot of people are super impressed with with Django for mechanically playing for 2 fingers, but playing octaves is like playing with 1 finger, meaning everything is arm movement because you're just playing with your index finger. So whatever line you're practicing, you want to practice it first with this finger, right? And just practice a normal jazz line, right? Any sort of thing. Now, the instrument is reduced to just the bottom 4 strings, because if you play a note with your index on the, let's say, the B string, you don't have a place to grab an octave, right? So all of the phrasing is kind of like playing a 4-string bass. And now just play blues, like jazz blues licks. Let's say I'm in the key of G. So work out a line, right? Never open strings too. That doesn't happen. So this is, you bottom out at the first fret. This is also, when you're playing octaves, especially with always, it's not just octaves. You're muting all the strings you're not playing. So this is never an octave because you're hitting everything, even when he's brushing with his thumb. An octave shape is grabbing the strings you're not playing and controlling everything. Right? So even when you're practicing with your index, there's a shift that happens between the E and A string, because when you're playing on the E string, you don't need to relax anything beneath it. So this is kind of your shape. But as you go to the A string, the voicings that start on the A string, not the E string, this finger needs to come here to relax this guy. Right? So you're going from this position to that position. So you want to hit everything and only get the octave. So then practicing jazz lines become down. That might be like a legato, or this happens a lot, like down, slide down, or like thumb, slide down, thumb. Down. So a line like that. Past that, there's learning the block chords, right? They're the same. But yeah, start there. Thanks, Abel. How do you visualize the fretboard? Do you just think of intervals, or I think about I see all these things at the same time is the simple answer to that. I mean, there's a lot of times, I was talking to somebody, one of my students today in like a Skype lesson, just about that. And when you look at some teachers, especially famous ones, they describe the view from the mountain, but they don't really remember how they got up there. So what I mean by that is that a lot of people that have a lot of command and are logical, smart people can take a look around at what they see now and explain it to you, but they don't really remember if the road that they're seeing looking down is a road that's safe for you to take going up, if that makes sense. So at a certain point, I probably did everything you can think of with the fretboard. It's an accumulation of methods. So thanks so much, Mr. Big. I appreciate it. So what I'm trying to say is that I would take whatever a teacher says with a grain of salt and trust yourself more in a way to get there, because you are the only one that can see the one step forward that you need, especially with something like seeing the instrument. So if you haven't checked out modes in position, do that. If you haven't checked them out on each string, do that. If you haven't checked them, how the modes relate to grips, that's a big step learning jazz, right? When, let's say you're playing on an E7, so that's true anywhere I play that Hendrix chord. I can use it now as a 5 chord, because I can see the scale in there. Can you see the harmonic minor mode in there? Right, and this doesn't have it because it's a sharp 9 chord, but in a flat 9 chord, can you play out of each grip? In a song, all you got to do is map an area, right? So let's say I am playing over Radiohead, Creep kind of thing, just an example of something that has some harmony, that at least something's happening. So like from a C chord to an E7 to an F to an F minor. Can you see the scale moving inside each shape? And then as you go here, C to this. So I'm playing C Ionian inside this C, and then I'm playing E Mixolydian flat 2 flat 6, which is the 5th mode of A harmonic minor inside this E7 first inversion. Then on the F, I'm playing F Lydian, right? Which is the C major scale. And then on the F minor, I'm grabbing it here first inversion, I'm playing an F melodic minor. And as I go up the neck, I want to be able to see that in. So, and that's true for standards too. If I'm playing whatever, right? It doesn't matter. Stella by Starlight. Here's my E Locrian on the E minor 7 flat 5. A altered. C Dorian. F diminished on the F7, or F half whole diminished. F Dorian. B half whole diminished. E Lydian. A flat Lydian dominant, which is E flat melodic minor. So being able to connect the chords you're playing to the scale, it's kind of like a pianistic approach, but that's a lot of how jazz guys visualize the fretboard. It's making that connection between harmony and modes, if that makes sense. So it takes a while, but certainly possible. But is the stream doing okay? I got this beast of a new Mac, and on my end it looks so smooth, but I had this built-in camera is just 20 times more powerful, I think. I'm so overwhelmed. Thanks, Sue. Yeah. Well, better to be overwhelmed than underwhelmed, right? The stream cut out for a bit. Is my action pretty low? It's, I would say, it's about 2 millimeters off the 12th fret and about like 1.75 off the treble. I don't like very low action. It kind of sucks. It makes everything feel too noodly. All right. I'll play one more song. We had a little drama. We kissed in a field of white, and stars fell on Alabama last night. I can't forget your glamour. Your eyes held a tender light, and stars fell on Alabama last night. I never planned in my imagination a situation so heavenly, a fairy tale where no one else could enter, and in the center just you and me. My heart beats like a hammer, my arms wound around you tight, and stars fell on Alabama last night. I never planned in my imagination a situation so heavenly, a fairy tale where no one else could enter, and in the center just you and me. My heart beats like a hammer, my arms wound around you tight, and stars fell on Alabama last night. All right. How long have you been playing? I started when I was 14, and I'm 35. So, how old am I? 35? Yeah, am I 36? Fuck, I don't even know how old I am. I think I'm 35. So yeah, I've been playing over 20 years. And did Berkeley change? Well, I mean, I was at Berkeley in years that you change a lot naturally, so it's hard to say what was Berkeley and what was me. But I did change a lot as a player during that time, for